Hi, this is James Governor on RedMonk TV, and I'm joined today by Robert Dunne from Paremus Software. Hello, Robert.
Hi, James.
Robert is one of the technologists at the company, and he's behind an interesting tool called Nimble. Right. Okay. Well, talk us through it. So, what are we looking at here?
All right. Well, so far I haven't done anything. What I'm going to do is start up Nimble. Which the way to start it is to run the POS shell. That's the Paremus OSGi shell. The script engine under it is Go, which is an Apache project which we have contributed to, but there's a lot of stuff around that. I'll just run it up now. I'm running this up from blank, so you should see a few interesting things happen here. There we are. Okay, so if I quickly show you which bundles are installed at startup, let's see. I'm going to do this in a slightly awkward way first, and you'll see why in a moment. This is a long way of showing you which bundles are present, which is so. That's just showing you what's there at startup, just 4 bundles. And what I'll do now is I'm going to use a command lsb, which is our command for listing bundles.
Oh, okay.
And that's not installed at the moment. As you can see, there's just some basic things there. So if I just run that, okay, you see some things downloaded there. This is all the stuff you needed to use lsb, and they've installed as well. So there's extra bundles there now to support this new command.
Okay, so you literally start with nothing.
Literally start with nothing. I mean, the basic shell interpreter and the base OSGi container, nothing else.
Okay. And
everything else comes in as you need it. So what that did there was lsb loaded the actual Nimble resolver, and then used it to load the lsb command.
Okay.
So that's kind of how all commands work. Nimble has a repository-oriented model. So if I do repos here, you'll be able to see these are the repositories it's currently aware of, and I can show, or it's got loaded, sorry, and this is things it can load bundles from, or other things. Minus K show me the known repositories. This is other ones that are externally hosted, which we could load if we wanted to. And a repository isn't a load of bundles; it's an index of the bundles and their dependencies. So I'm going to load the I think I'll load the Spring one for this thing. So notice I'm just tapping here to complete. So I'm going to load the Spring DM 1 and 2 repository.
Yes, all right.
Down it came, and so there's a whole load of dependencies and things you need to make. Say a Spring DM war running Spring DM. Well, I'm just going to try and do this in a single line, which is one of our demos. Let's see. Okay, this is a simple web app, probably their simplest demo. It's just a war with a load of Spring dependencies. Just go back here, and there's 8 bundles there presently. If I just add that, you'll see loads of stuff downloading. Everything you need to run it. So Nimble's worked out what you need. Not just the package level dependencies within the bundles, but it's also inferred that this looks like a Spring DM war bundle, so I need Spring DM, and so I need a web container as well to run it. And it's going to fire all that stuff up right now. And you see it download. It'll cache this. If you run it again, it will. It won't need to download all this stuff.
Yep.
Let's just load run to the end. It'll just take a few seconds. There we go. Yeah, there we are. So if I show you the bundles again. So all sorts of things have gone in there. I won't step through all of those in detail at this moment. What I'll do instead is actually just show you what it did, which I can probably do by just opening simple web. But there it is. So anyone who's run up the Spring DM stuff will know this. Know these pages. And at the moment, that's running under Tomcat. I urge you to have a quick look at that icon in the corner, which will change in a minute when I change the web container, the fav icon. So I'll just do this. So the nice thing about Nimble Resolver is it's reversible. You can get rid of things. It isn't a question of I've installed it and now I've got to restart the container or manually uninstall everything to get back to where I was. So and this is great for development, because you can quickly undo and redo things. So I've typed remove, back where we started.
Bundles again. Okay.
So I can change the. A quick script to change the policies. I won't go into policy syntax, and we've only got a few moments. But this -J is just saying, okay, you'll see them come out in a moment, but reset the policy. So instead of using Tomcat, use Jetty. Okay, and these policies are basically configuring, adding new dependencies, if you like, to Spring DM, saying, well, actually, this time, act as if you've got a or not to Spring DM, but to our web, our war deployment stuff, saying, act as if you've got a dependency on Jetty rather than on Tomcat. Act as if you've got, a dependency on Spring DM's integration with Jetty rather than its integration in Tomcat, so that these things load instead. And this is very flexible fragment attachment and extension attachment policy control. So I'll add it again as I did before, exactly the same line.
Okay.
This time, you see, just a couple more things came down. The Jetty stuff. The other ones didn't have to come because they were cached.
They were already there.
They were already there. And if I reload this page, it takes a moment to start or something, but sorry. You see the icon changed under Jetty. So, which is quite nice. I mean, I guess I mean this is just for a demo, but I guess a use case is if something's not running on a Tomcat, you can very quickly find out if it's a Tomcat problem.
Yeah, I think people want that portability anyway. I think that is an issue, and of course, as you say, from a development perspective, you very often are having to target more than one environment.
Exactly. I mean, and to that point, actually, if I just quickly quit everything, if you notice, bundle 0 here was the Eclipse OSGi, so the Equinox implementation of the OSGi standard. If I run it again with -F, we've got shortcuts for this, but you can actually just point it at whatever you want. This time it's going to download the Felix, the Apache one.
Oh, okay.
And so you've got exactly the same thing. I'll just do LSP, I won't bother with the other way here. Except this time you can see it's running on Felix. And same for Knotflowfish and this kind of thing. So again, you can quickly switch between Felix, Equinox, Knotflowfish, try things out, see if something's a problem in one framework or not another. And at the moment, there's some good implementations, but they've all got their quirks, and we've certainly found out what quite a lot of them are just by switching between these things. See a problem, you can quickly switch. Is the problem with the framework or is it my code? Because you've got 3 of them, you can get a quorum and see what they agree on. See how close they are to what you think the spec is. So I'll just quickly show you a couple more things very quickly. So this is let's see, control. Okay, this is one line. This is something Dave Savage, another one of our developers, put together, and it was in a tweet. It says one-line deployment of the Spring DM app. Okay. Because you can run this Porsche. It's like Bash. You can just run it just as a script interpreter and pass the script as an argument. Right. So exactly the same thing. And it's actually started in a way that doesn't have a console, so it's just running headless, running console or something. But that's started the same app. So I guess if I go back here, I'll probably see the same thing as before. Yeah, so we're back where we were.
Okay.
And as a final, I won't run this one, but I'll show. Well, I can if you like, but I'll quickly show you. Where are we? The script integration is standard Unix script integration. You can actually run a script that requires posh just as an ordinary Unix script, just by setting the hashbang line at the top. So no special, no need to even say posh. You can just say. There we go. Just run it like that. Just run your script directly. And because of that hashbang line, it knows it's posh, and posh can just start up and just. The user of this doesn't even have to know posh is involved. Once you've got it on your system, and you've got a posh script, that's all you need. Okay.
So for all those people saying that dependency management is a big problem in OSGi, you're saying actually it's solvable and
it's solvable, and the dependency stuff in OSGi turns around and becomes an advantage, because if I was trying to do this with ordinary jars, I'd have to go and read all the docs, find out which jar I write on what, make sure I was doing everything right up front. This way I can just ask Nimble to deploy something. Everything gets. I may want to tweak it later on. I want to change policies.
How much time do you think you save yourself using this kind of tool as opposed to having to manage it all yourself?
It's hard to put a number on. I think if you're new to OSGi, I think it will be. I think it might be the difference between carrying on with it and becoming frustrated. And I know people have spent weeks trying to resolve these dependency problems, and they can usually be solved very quickly.
So in a sense, it's actually, you think, lowering a barrier to entry and participation in OSGi as a whole.
That's right. It's trying to make OSGi development have the same sort of feel that everybody is the reason everybody adopted things like the IOC inversion of control frameworks. It makes things seem lighter and easier, and that's what we want to do for OSGi, because that's perceived as being the major problem with OSGi. Okay,
great. Well, it's also nice to have a demo that's all about the command line, because these days everything seems to have to be a GUI.
You have to do a web console next.
Yeah, there you go. That's your next project. So, well, thank you very much, Robert.
Okay, thank you, James. Thanks.